Hello and welcome to the United Stand. Manchester United have beaten West Bromwich Albion 2-1 and taken another 3 points in the Premier League, solidifying that second place. I tell you what, whether you're a United fan frustrated with how we're playing or not, just imagine how Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs, everybody else behind us feels, because they watch us every week and go, they don't deserve to win that, and we do win, and they cannot get close to us. So obviously we know what's above us, 11 points away, Man City playing great football, and we are second place, not playing great football, but we are holding on to that second place. We're not in that battle below us, which I think if we get pulled into it, you could go from second to sixth very, very quickly. So positive results for Manchester United again, very similar to the Bournemouth game, although there was definitely an improvement from the Bournemouth game. Another game where, you know, not fantastic, lots of things uninspiring, but 3 points taken. And it's important to note that I think any other season especially, we would be top or in a very good title race based on where we are and the results we've had this season. It's just the relentless one-off, you know, look at combined open checkbook, whatever you want to call it, about Man City. It's freakish. It's freakish that they've won 17 out of 18 games. So you are up against that. But there's an interesting theory I have about Manchester United at the moment and the relationship Mourinho has with some United fans. Not me. I do like Mourinho and I think he is the best man for the job at the moment. But I don't think United will ever sack Mourinho, but will Mourinho just go to PSG because he doesn't feel appreciated? He looks miserable. He looks so miserable. Lukaku scored, miserable. Ashley Young scored the other week, miserable. Second half, miserable. He just looks unhappy and miserable all the time. So why is that? It was his fault we lost to Man City last week. He picked that team. It wasn't good enough. If you're a manager and things are going wrong because of what you do, then you should be promoting yourself in a more positive light to try and make people realise it's not because of you. So why is he sat there miserable? Is it because the board didn't back him? Is it because he's not happy at United? I don't understand why he sat there being miserable. He should be promoting himself, and I think as the fans would feel happier about that as well. So that was a concern, but it's a constant concern. I don't get that. As a Mourinho fan, I've always seen him very animated, and he just doesn't seem interested, and I don't know why that is. But the thing that, look, I think propaganda-wise, you could say that was a really good performance from Manchester United. But all I would say is, I think I fell into that at half time. You're 2-0 up, away from home against West Brom, and you're thinking, yeah, you know what, we've done really well in that half. What a good half that was. Second half, we come out, we're submissive, we sit back with what we've got, and we end up having to park the bus to hold on to a 2-1 lead. I mean, that's basically what happened. First half, lots of possession, we get a couple of goals. Second half, Mourinho obviously says, keep hold of what we've got and try and hit them on the break. They get a goal, and we end up having to park the bus. That's the game in a nutshell, really. But actually, when I looked back on the game, in my mind, what hit me was that actually, in that whole game for United, name us a chance we should have scored, apart from the Lukaku one. There wasn't one. We didn't create any good chance. The one chance we had was Lukaku, and he scored it. Lingard's goal was a hit and hope, and it was, you know, fair play. I think sometimes you've got to hit and hope, because it's better than playing a sideways pass. Hit and hope, deflected in, 2-1. We actually didn't have, there was that Rashford half volley, but that would have been a class goal if he took it. But there was no good chance. We didn't carve them open. We didn't create any chances. I don't like using City, so let's use another team like Liverpool. Liverpool will create a lot of chances in a game. They did against West Brom midweek. They just didn't score the chances. United don't create chances. We have a lot of the ball. We just don't create the chances. And that's the problem. That is the problem with United at the moment. And it's this... There could be a divorce in this relationship, because Mourinho has definitely shown progression at United, definitely. And he's definitely not been totally backed by the board. But there's frustration from the fans, and there's frustration from the fans because the gap above to that club we don't want to talk about is huge. That club we don't want to talk about is playing really good football, and that club we don't want to talk about would never park the bus. We are not going to win this title. It's a big gap. We are solidifying second place. But we are doing it through football nobody really wants to watch. And that, for Manchester United fans, for some United fans, is very difficult to swallow. Because there's no end game in this. We're not going to get a title playing like this because of this freakish thing City are doing. So all we're going to do is potentially win another trophy or come second in this league, playing this odd, negative sort of way. So, I mean, it's just one to watch. I agree with Timo. When Pogba comes back, it will change. We do need to use that January transfer window. I mean, that's one of the main topics I want to discuss on Sunday Night Live tonight, is how symbolic is this January transfer window for Manchester United, because we saw it again today. We created one chance and Lukaku scored it, and Lingard hit a shot and it deflected in. Where's the flair and creativity in the final third? We had a lot of ball in the first half, but where's that flair and creativity? Mata didn't step up to the plate. Lingard keeps running, but he's not really a creator. Rashford is basically a left back, and Lukaku can't create. He needs the chances, quite rightly, as a number 9. You know, whether it's Ozil, Griezmann or whoever else is out there, United need to go and buy somebody who in the final third can create chances, because that's United's problem. We don't create many chances. And fair play to Lukaku today. He headed that goal in a place that no goalkeeper in the world would save. But that was the one chance of the game that we actually created. West Brom created more chances than us and we won 2-1. So that is a problem that we need to rectify. I wasn't happy that Martial didn't start today. I'm not going to buy all this, oh, he needed to be rested. Look, Martial for me at Manchester United with Pogba is our two very best, by a long way, flair players. And Martial sat on the bench today. Chelsea wouldn't go to West Brom and keep Hazard on the bench. Liverpool wouldn't go to West Brom and keep Salah on the bench. Arsenal wouldn't go to West Brom and keep Sanchez or Ozil on the bench. So why are we keeping Martial on the bench? I'll tell you why. Because Mourinho's theory, Mourinho is more biased to Rashford. He likes Rashford because Rashford works harder defensively. He doesn't like Martial because Martial's more flair. And Mourinho will go with the defender over the flair. But I didn't like that decision today. I didn't like how long it took to bring Martial on. 75 minutes? If it was the other way round, you know, between 60 and 70 minutes, Rashford's coming on. But when Rashford starts, Martial's lucky if he gets 15 minutes. And I don't like that. I don't like that bias. Martial is our best attacker. He should be starting games. Against Bournemouth, he missed a sitter, but he was actually one of our best players. So why was he not playing today? That was never a given. The form we are at the moment, the way we play at the moment, it was never a given that we were going to West Brom and we could afford to rest our best player when our other best player is suspended. So, odd. The Rojo one was really odd. So Valencia goes off injured. We shift Ashley Young to right back. Luke Shaw coming on at left back. He's been really good there. No. Let's play Rojo there. Now, I'm not hating on Rojo because Rojo as a centre-back's brilliant, but everybody knows Rojo as a left-back is crap. And he was crap today. He was at fault for the goal, too weak, and he nearly put it in his own net straight after that. So why wasn't Luke Shaw brought on at left-back? Again, it's because Rojo's more defensive than Shaw. We take off Lingard for McTominay with 10 minutes to go because we're going to park the bus. I was infuriated yesterday when Man City fans are shouting park the bus, Man United, or whatever it was. The last 10 minutes of the game, we parked the bus. I don't like it because as a United fan, I hate what's happening with City and everything at the moment. But actually, we make it too easy to mock ourselves. And as I said, I'm a big Mourinho fan. I think he's the right man for United. But we're totally and utterly dictated to by Pogba. If Pogba plays, we'll let the horses run free. If Pogba doesn't play, we're going to get what we can, then we're going to park the bus. And it doesn't sit well. It doesn't sit well. You know, grinding results out to finish second in the league, because that's what we're fighting for at the moment. What happens next year? Are we going to suddenly let the horses go? No, we need to build now. The fact that the title's gone, let's not grind out results now. Let's actually try and be a little bit more expansive in what we're doing. And I appreciate that we might have to wait for January for that. But if we're still playing this way in April, May, we're not going to have anything different next season. We've got to stop this negative approach to a game. Half time, you're on top of the game. It's 2-0. Second half, that first 10 minutes, we just invite West Brom on and it changes the whole pattern of the game. Instead of dictating the play, West Brom all over us for the whole second half because we decide we're going to sit back and protect what we've got. That's not the way to do it, and we see it happen time and time again. British 69 says we've won and still all negative, sums us up. No, I think I disagree, Breach. I think the result is absolutely fantastic, and I think against Bournemouth on Wednesday night, wasn't it? These points are massive because we don't want to get pulled down into that battle for the top 4 below us, but I disagree that we should be happy with some of the things that are going on at the club at the moment because, to be honest with you, second place is the first loser. And it's good that we're keeping hold of that position and not letting anybody behind us catch up with us. But I'm still looking at above, and I'm thinking, look, you should always be looking at how you become the best. And I don't see enough. I'm not depressed by this result today. It's a very good result, but I don't see where we're going as a club that we're going to change, other than get Pogba back. And what happens when Pogba gets injured or suspended again? What is the contingency plan? What are we going to do? What were we ever doing? What was his plan ever to do if Pogba got injured? Because Mourinho has been here 18 months now. So it's not like he's been here 5 minutes and Pogba gets injured and he's like, well, I've never had any chance to buy players. I don't really understand what our approach or mentality as a club is on the pitch now. It's very, very difficult. And also, I don't understand why we didn't play 3-5-2 today, because 3-5-2 at Watford and Arsenal away from home worked really well, and we were very expansive. We've gone back to this 4-4-2 positional, and I don't like that formation. I think we struggle with it, and I don't know why we've gone back to that. I don't know why Lindelof's suddenly out the team. You know, he bought him for a lot of money. He had a few car crash moments. He brings him in for big games like Watford, Arsenal. He came on against City. He played really well. He's built his confidence up. The last 2 games, he doesn't pick him. So all that form, all that consistency that Lindelof's built is taken away. I would have played 3 at the back today, but we've won. Breach 69's right. We've absolutely won it. And again, you could argue that it's a game that, on the second half, we could well have drawn that game. I wouldn't say we didn't deserve to win it. I don't think we deserved to beat Bournemouth in the week, but we did. I think today, we did just about deserve to win it, but I think the second half performance was really worrying in our mentality towards that game and the tactical shift to sit back and try and protect what we've got, when there was plenty more opportunities in that game to go and get it. But I thought Rashford was very poor. Great cross for Lukaku, but very poor. I think he should have been subbed off before that. He still needs to work on his decision making. I'm a big fan of Marcus Rashford. I think he can be a really good player for United. But I think over the last 6 weeks he's gone backwards. I think he needs to come out of the team a bit, really, and really get back to the training ground and focus on his final ball, because it's not good. Lingard did okay. I'm glad he took that shot because we didn't create anything else. Lukaku was better. 1 chance, 1 goal, so that's good. Mata did okay, but not enough for me. Matic and Herrera, okay. Ashley Young did quite well. Valencia played well. De Gea played well. My man of the match would be Valencia, Jones or Smalling, I think. I thought Smalling played really, really well, and Jones did well again. I'm going to give it to Smalling, because I think Smalling's just been very, very good this last 6 weeks, and he had some really good moments in that game. I mean, to be fair, the West Brom goal was a foul on Matic, by the way, but whatever. If you sit back, you're going to get punished, aren't you? And we did. But we won. We won. And I think, for me, we've got Leicester next week. And then we've got Burnley and Southampton at home before the year ends. And then it's the January transfer window. So, much like Bournemouth, West Brom tonight, 3 points. If we can get 3 points against Leicester next week, and then 2 home games, win all those, get to the January transfer window, and let's see what this board really wants to do with this club. Because let's not lie, let's not dress it up anyway. Manchester City are far, far ahead of us at the moment, and they're not having to park the bus either. They're actually playing really good football. They've won 17 out of 18 league games. They're 11 points clear, and they're obliterating this league. We're in second place. We're grinding out results. We're parking the bus for the last 20 minutes of games, and we're nowhere near the title. We desperately, desperately need some flair players, and Mourinho knows that. Maybe he's having to park the bus because he hasn't got those players. Let's see what this board does in January and in the summer, because if they don't give us flair players, then I'm worried about how long this City domination is going to last. Because I think only United can stop it, and we need to go and get some attacking talent. There is some players out there. We'll be talking about it at 8 o'clock. But positives, obviously 3 points. You can never be negative about that. Pogba's back now, says Mustafa Gaming, which is a big, big help. So lots of positives, but we should also be aware that, you know, there's still a lot of work to be done, Anyway, let's take the positive now. Let's finish on that positive. Thanks, everyone. Drop a like on the video. Remember, we're live at 8 o'clock tonight. We've got fan cams coming up as well. It's interesting to see what fans at the ground think. And also, 9 o'clock tonight is this Christmas party. Just tune in at 8 o'clock for the Sunday Night Live show, and then you'll get the details for where the Christmas party is. So, really good. Good result. lots to still be worried about, but we're shutting that door on everybody behind us. And if we're frustrated, imagine what Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea and that lot of fans are, because they'll be watching that, waiting for us to slip up, and we just won't let it happen. So the one thing I would say about United and Mourinho is there's a very, very strong mental strength, and that is always a good thing. I'll speak to you all soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tonight at 8 o'clock.